Good morning. It's Monday, January 5th. I'm Olivia Calfee. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick. An active investigation is underway after 2 people were killed in a weekend shooting at an Airbnb in Hamblin County. This happening just after midnight yesterday on Old Poplar Road. Sheriff Chad Mullen says about 25 to 30 people were there for a party when shots were fired. 1 minor and an 18-year-old died. 2 other minors also shot. Their injuries are non-life threatening. Sheriff Mullen says the shooting was, quote, senseless, killing over juvenile drama that went too far and took precious lives over nothing. Officials have not identified any suspects at this time. An investigation into what led up to the shooting is ongoing. The Knox County Sheriff's Office says more than 600 people were arrested by the Holiday Task Force. The task force is made up of officers from narcotics and retail crimes, property crimes, major crimes, digital intelligence, and patrol divisions. The goal of the task force was to crack down on crime that affected retail business. The task force was responsible for 647 arrests from October 13th and December 23rd for charges like theft, outstanding warrants, and drug violations, and recovered almost $300,000 in stolen items, 6 pounds of fentanyl, 45 pounds of cocaine, and 6.5 pounds of meth. Hundreds of people filling First Baptist Concord in Farragut Sunday to remember the life of Blount County Deputy Justin Mowry. He died during a chase while going after a motorcyclist. Friends, family, co-workers, and complete strangers, all thinking about the fallen deputy. The funeral service brought many of his loved ones center stage, saying their final goodbye to Deputy Mowry. That includes his brother Jared, who was grateful to be with him just days before he died.
He was the kind of man that would show up, the kind of man who didn't just say I will, but lived I did. I don't understand why God called him home when he did, but I trust that the same God who gave me my brother is the same God who is holding him now.
There will be a procession and graveside service for Deputy Mowry this afternoon at 3 o'clock. You can watch that here on WVLT+. The suspect in Deputy Mowry's death, Dalton Bowman, is in custody and scheduled to appear in Loudoun County Court on charges of theft and theft of property this afternoon. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office says he stole a motorcycle the day before Deputy Mowry's death. That happened on December 27th. The next day, Deputy Mowry spots the motorcyclist driving recklessly. He later died in the crash. On December 29th, Bowman is arrested by the Blount County Sheriff's Office in Louisville on a warrant out of Loudoun County. He's arrested with a stolen bike on him. Last Wednesday, he admits to stealing the motorcycle. Blount County Sheriff's Office says Bowman is a convicted felon already and faces 5 different charges in Blount County. This includes evading arrest resulting in the death of law enforcement and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. This is on top of the theft of property charge in Loudoun County. A suspect is in custody after a multi-county chase ends in Anderson County Sunday morning. According to the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, the chase started in Campbell County and ended near the Rocky Top exit on I-75. As a result, 1 lane of I-75 is closed at exit 126. The Sheriff's Office says the suspect was taken into custody, adding that there is no danger to the public. Knox County Rescue Squad helping crews in Georgia search for a missing attorney over the weekend. Officials say Charles Hosch was last seen hiking in northern Georgia on November 11th, and crews have been searching for him ever since. Knox County Rescue says their teams were searching previously unchecked areas near a creek where Hosch's vehicle was found. They do ask everyone to continue thinking about his family, friends, and other first responders as they continue this search. Thousands of patients in East Tennessee could lose in-network coverage in a couple of months. That's if insurance provider Cigna and East Tennessee Children's Hospital don't reach a deal. The contract between Cigna and the Children's Hospital ends March 1st. Cigna claims Children's is too expensive. Children's says that's an apples to oranges comparison because it's the only hospital of its kind in the region. Children's says 27,000 patients at the hospital have Cigna insurance. The hospital says it made repeated efforts to reach an agreement, and it will continue to provide care at the same level regardless of coverage. Some good news from across the state. The Tennessee Highway Patrol says car crash deaths are down from last year. The Tennessee Fatality Analysis Reporting System from THP shows that 2025 had 1,045 car crash deaths. In 2024, there were 1,194. THP says cities make up the largest share of the 14%, with 128 fewer deaths last year. THP says Knox County is a large part of the improvement. However, THP tells us motorcycle deaths are the same as last year. Listen to this. Police have now captured a monkey that caused damage inside a music store in Morristown over the weekend. The Morristown Police Department says they received reports of a monkey going into the store Trade Center around 8 o'clock Sunday morning. They say the monkey damaged several instruments inside. Animal control unable to capture the monkey before it ran away. Later on, we learned Morristown Police says they were able to catch the monkey around 7 o'clock last night.
And now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Belle Oliver.
Well, if you like the warm weather, you are in for a treat this week. We are still tracking that big warm up over the next few days, then also looking ahead towards that next rain chance coming in later on this week as well. For now, though, starting off with a lot of sunshine out there. Hope you all are having a great day so far. You can see a lot of that sunshine in downtown Knoxville, mostly clear conditions, and we stay nice and clear for the rest of the day. Temperatures right now a little bit on the chilly side. Many of us sitting into the low 40s here in Knoxville. That's the middle 40s out towards Danbridge. A little bit warmer, especially on the Cumberland Plateau, upper 40s, and we will slowly start to warm up today. A lot of us topping out into the 60s by this afternoon. So here in the next few hours, still going to be a little chillier start to the day, and eventually sitting right around 60 degrees by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Mostly clear, sunny skies. Really is going to be a pretty nice day. Heading in towards tonight, we'll stay nice and clear, and temperatures back into the middle 50s as we look towards later on this evening. Now for the rest of the day, for the rest of this week, notice this big warm up still continuing. Average high this time of year in January is around 48 degrees. We're going to be well into the 60s over the next few afternoons. And notice we will start to drop off heading into early next week and later on this weekend as we get that next big weather maker in here. And that's going to be our cold front, which will push in a couple more chances for rain, especially looking towards Thursday and then mostly going into Friday and into Saturday as well. So in addition to the rain, it'll bring some of those cooler temperatures too. So Thursday, we'll see a little bit more cloud cover start to increase. A couple chances for a spotty rain chance here or there. I think the main bulk of the rain is actually going to come into play Friday and holding on into Saturday. This is a look at 12 p.m. on Friday. Notice a big long line of showers. Could see a couple thunderstorms here, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder. We'll keep a close eye on that. And then you'll notice that cold front pushing in on Friday and going into a Saturday, increasing those rain chances for Saturday morning. And then we're out of here. So we'll have to keep a watch again on those storms. Friday to Saturday, some gusty winds still looking like the main possibility here. But after that, it will turn a little bit colder. So make sure that you're enjoying the nice warm up while we have the warm temperatures. 60 today for your Monday. Mostly clear and sunny skies. Heading into tomorrow, we increase a little bit of that cloud cover, a few chances for a spotty little rain shower here and there, but most of the bulk of the rain coming Friday into Saturday as temperatures soar into the mid and upper 60s.
All right, Belle, thank you. In just a few hours, former Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro and his wife are expected to be arraigned in a New York courtroom on narco-terrorism-related charges. The two were captured during a military operation in Venezuela and transported to the U.S. over the weekend. On Saturday, the U.S. military carried out an operation that led to their capture in Venezuela's capital city, igniting new uncertainty over the country's future. The president facing new questions Sunday over who is running Venezuela.
Venezuela right now is a dead country. We have to bring it back, and we're going to have big investments by the oil company.
Venezuela's new interim president, former Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, issuing a statement calling for peaceful coexistence. President Trump says she's cooperating, though in an interview with The Atlantic, he also warned, quote, if she doesn't do what's right, she is going to pay a very big price. We're also learning that dozens of Venezuelans and Cubans were killed in the operation over the weekend. Multiple U.S. service members were also wounded. President Donald Trump last night saying he had calls into them, adding, quote, "They're all in good shape." The capture of Maduro is sparking protest across the country. That includes here in Knoxville. The Party for Socialism and Liberation protesting in Market Square Sunday. One organizer says he doesn't agree with how everything happened.
I think it was horrible. There's no reason that we should be going in the middle of the night to blow buildings up and start shooting stuff.
We also spoke with a woman who says she's seen people celebrating and has even talked to a few Venezuelans who say this could be a big step forward for their country.
What I've heard from Venezuelans, even as I was walking over here and told them I was coming to talk to the news, is we're so thankful that Trump has taken out Maduro. He's been evil and horrible, and we are really hoping that this will finally lead to a brighter future for our country.
We will continue to follow the story as it develops right here on WVLT+. And it's now time for phase 1 of a major construction project on the spur. Starting today, crews will be paving road shoulders and replacing damaged guardrails. You can't expect some single lane closures while construction is going on. These closures will be in place from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 7 to noon on Fridays. The park says it's also planning to stop work on federal holidays and during the Easter period. This will last through mid-April. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park also giving us a look at the progress they've made so far on the Laurel Falls Trail. You may remember the trail closed last January for a rehab project. Crews have been working to replace the trail, building viewing platforms at the upper and lower falls and adding nearly 50 new parking spaces. The National Park is reminding everyone the trail is still closed from the trailhead on Fighting Creek Gap Road up to the junction with the Little Greenbrier and Cove Mountain trails. That trail is expected to reopen this summer. Wreaths Across America is asking for your help. They're going to be picking up wreaths from the Tennessee Veterans Cemetery this weekend. They recommend you bring gloves, a rake, a plastic tarp. The group also asking for pickup trucks to transport the wreaths. This is taking place Saturday starting at 9 a.m. We've got information inside the WVLT News App. WVLT proud to be your official station of the Vols. Lady Vols off to a great start in conference play, now 2-0 in the SEC after a big win at Auburn. Tennessee shooting 43% from 3 in this one. Talia Cooper and Janiah Barker combining for 35 points. The Tigers unable to keep up. Lady Vols winning 73-56. Up next, they're heading to Mississippi, taking on Mississippi State. That game Thursday at 7:30. Saturday was a tough SEC opener for the men's team. They fall to Arkansas at Arkansas, 86-75. Free throw shooting still a major problem for this team. They shoot just 12 of 23 at the line in this one. Up next, they're back home against Texas tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Then a trip to Florida Saturday to take on the defending champions. Tennessee quarterback Joey Aguilar truly giving his all for Tennessee this season. We're learning he played this year with a benign tumor that was pushing on his tendon and labrum, causing weakness and pain. The report from the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport says Joey had surgery Friday and is expected to make a full recovery in about 8 weeks. Despite all this, he played in all 13 games, throwing for more than 3,500 yards and 24 touchdowns. The fifth-year senior has spent 1 season at Tennessee. He's also part of a lawsuit against the NCAA aiming to get another year of eligibility.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
We're highlighting historic facts leading up to our nation's 250th birthday. On this day in 1836, East Tennessee's famed Davy Crockett made a fateful decision. He arrived in Texas, helping the Texas Revolution. The revolution aimed to separate Texas from Mexico. Crockett would soon die at the Battle of the Alamo, which would start on February 23rd. Thanks for joining us on WVLT Plus. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, in the WVLT News app, and on WVLT's social media pages. Have a great day.